top of the hour. Welcome everybody. Worldwide Woodturners, we're here. We got a whole bunch of gallery to show. We got a cool demo coming up. We're going to talk about level up later on here. And if anybody is new, let us know in the chat, and that way we can bring you on later on and find out how you found out about us and do you a hearty ho welcome to the group. And with that, Matt, let's go ahead and get started with some gallery here.
All right, just so you all know what we're doing, we're going to start with anybody who was on the list from last week that we didn't get to. So the first person up is going to be Al. What you got to show us, Al?
Oh boy. Well, there's I think it's Bradford pear. It's just a candy dish. Had a little hole in there, and I kept it. A little Phil Anderson to it. I got some bumps that I just didn't rub them off.
Oh, that is really nice.
Very
really
nice.
like that.
Like that, Al.
Thank you, guys. Then this starts my stupidity, I swear. This is you guys watch Terry Bray, Heckender Arts, and he's got a challenge out to make a Swiss cheese vase.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice. I like that.
A Swiss cheese vase. You have to take a picture, and you have to send it to Pete with Twisted Trees.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Like
Al.
I said, I tried playing around. Like I said, I put it on our Facebook. Fella that did this. It's supposed to be a heart. It doesn't look too much like a heart. It looks more like an acorn. But it's a box, and you open up and it's supposed to be a box shaped heart. But mine didn't come out that way. I didn't follow the directions as well as I mean, the video is very good. If I followed directions, it would have probably looked a whole lot better. But that doesn't even look like a heart. Doesn't look like an acorn either. I don't know what it looks like.
It does kind of on the inside. It does.
Just a hair.
It looks like
Yeah.
And it looks like a beef heart on the outside.
Whatever.
I highly really recommend watching that video because it is a good project. It's a really cool project. Yeah, it really is. That's it for me. Everybody have a good night. Everybody be good.
Is that the video with Jim Burt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've done the same thing. I've tried it, and it's not as easy as he makes it look. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's done quite a few. I definitely highly recommend to make those little patterns that he has.
Definitely, you got to make the pattern.
Definitely,
Yep.
definitely.
Very cool, guys. Very cool. Thank you. So next up, I'm going to go to Marv from Northwest Michigan because you were on the list from last week. Do you still have that piece? Got to unmute yourself. There you go.
Unmute myself. Actually, yeah, what I started out with, the same thing. I started out with a 3x3 and like he was saying, if you don't make the templates, it doesn't work out. Mine ended up breaking, and I glued it back together, and this is what I ended up with. But I think if you had a bigger
mine broke
piece,
a couple times too, but yours looks a lot better. It looks more like a heart.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a pretty one. That's pretty.
But I think if it was a bigger piece of wood, it would be a little easier to make. And he did one with segmented turning. I don't know how he did it, but he used segmented turning, and it was a good size bowl that he did. I also got a piece of burl bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Pretty wood.
Sat out in my shop for almost a year because I couldn't figure out how I was going to do it. And then I did a spalted maple bowl.
Yeah, that looks good.
Very
nice. Gorgeous.
Very nice.
The neighbor gave me a hunk of beech, and I'm practicing my wood burning skills.
Yeah, it looks good.
Nice
Yeah,
job.
and then the other thing I got is, if I can show you here real quick. Well, maybe I can't. There we go, behind me.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Somebody's busy.
Getting ready for empty bowls. Our club gets involved with empty bowls, and our club's goal is 500. And as of tonight, we are at 429. So it helps out the food bank up here in different counties, and it raises money for the food bank. So been
Good
working on
idea.
that and keeping busy.
Great.
Very cool.
Very
Now,
nice.
hey, Marv, I heard you say with your heart that you used 3 pieces.
No, what it did was it started out was a 3x3
Okay.
by
All right.
6 inches long. And
Mm-hmm.
you split it down the center and you glue it back together with I used a grocery
Right.
bag paper.
Right.
And then you cut your top off and then you
Right.
turn it on the inside and then you turn the bottom and your top and then you glue it back together and then take it back apart the other or glue it back together the other way, and that's how you end up with
Mm-hmm.
it. But
Right. It's a really cool project.
it is.
I thought I heard you say 3 pieces. That's why I questioned.
No, it's 2 pieces glued back together, just like he
Right.
showed it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, I highly recommend everybody to watch that. It's nice video, nice
yeah,
project.
he makes it look real easy. It's not as easy as he looks.
Very cool. Thank you, Marv, and good luck
Yep.
with the empty bowls projects.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so next we're going to go to Todd because Todd is on the list from last week also.
Hey, thank you. So I have this piece of sequoia. Came across it at Rockler and bought it, having no idea how ridiculously soft this stuff is. It's like 420 on the hardness scale or something. It's really soft.
Yeah,
It's really light. If I don't hold on to it, I'm afraid it might float off here or something. It was okay to turn it and everything. I mean, it's like butter, and you can literally just scrape your fingernail across it and pull up shavings. It's so soft. But the sort of the issue I ran into it, and I didn't think it was really pretty wood, but every one of the grain lines is way harder than the material between it. So when you sand it, it ends up scalloping, and so you run your hand across it, and it's just you can just feel all those lines in there. You can hear it running my fingernail across it. And so, and I started sanding at like 180 or something with this thing. And so I put my little logo on the bottom and whatnot. But and you can literally see where after I had cut that and I came and sanded, you can see how it's not even round anymore where the grain goes through there because
that just makes it unique.
Well, and I thought afterwards I should have just owned it and really like lightly sanded with it on the lathe to make the grooves even deeper, because I think it would have been a decent effect. But I have another piece of it.
A little bit like sandblasting, right?
Yeah, but I was sanding the inside of it, and my finger turned a little bit, and it just took a scallop right out of the inside of this thing because it was just so soft. Just crazy
piece of wood, though. Pretty piece.
It might look better on the screen there than it does in person. To me, it looks it looks dirty instead of like pretty. The character in it isn't. It's not pretty to me. I don't know.
What did you say it was? Nicely at a Ren Fair, Todd.
Yeah.
It would be a beautiful Ren Fair piece. It's gorgeous. You did a good job.
Yeah, it looks great from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what wood did you say?
It's sequoia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've used sequoia a fair bit myself, and if you want a flat surface, you need to use a sanding block.
Exactly, and that's what I moved from the little 2-inch sanding disc that I had to the 3-inch disc and got rid of the little soft pad in there to give me a flatter surface for sanding it to get rid of a lot of that scalloping. Yeah, so lesson learned there, I guess. I had this little piece of it's London pane. Boy, and I tell you, you can't London Pane will have that cool grain in there with those little cells and stuff that runs through it, separate of the normal grain. This had like almost none of that, and I had dyed the outside of it black, trying to accentuate that, and then came back with a red on it. And
That's pretty nice. Very
there's
nice.
like maybe if I find
That is gorgeous.
there's like one place that you can see that grain. It might be right in here.
Yep.
That's more typical of London Pane. And then I basically left the. I meant to do that foot at least a quarter inch taller than that. So I was sort of wanting that Asian look of a I don't know what, but so that
the bottom of the rice bowl thing.
The bottom of the rice bowl thing, and so I dyed the foot of it black, separate from the red, but it's just not as tall as I wished it would have been.
Looks real thin. How thin is that thing?
It's pretty thin. It's just over 1/8 of an inch or something in most places.
Wow.
So
nice.
Right here in the bottom, because of the mortise I had used, I was afraid to go much deeper without taking it off the lathe and checking that space there, because I don't use a jig like Doug does.
What'd you finish it with?
So
on there.
That is Hampshire sheen black that was sanded off, and then the ruby.
That's gorgeous.
Ruby or flame Hampshire sheen.
It'd be ruby.
And then my logo in the bottom of it. And,
pretty piece.
Okay. So there was that, and then I had this small little piece of maple sitting there, and so I made this little bowl with it, and then I did the outside of it in some. This is chestnut spirit stains on
nice.
This one, and so
you did a pretty good job of getting it blended together.
So
feel better.
Yeah, so
Very
I
nice,
sort of,
Todd.
so I like this one quite a bit, and then I don't know, I'm putting that logo on the bottom of everything now that I have that laser pecker. So
Where'd you get that to blend the way it did the colors? I mean,
well, so I started off with like gaps between the colors, and then made sure that my pieces of paper were wet, and then as you go to them, you just switch between the colors, trying to just spending some time with the wet yellow right here between the blue, and then you'll see that you get green. So the blending of it right there was like a green, and then over here was a green, and then between this red and the blue right there, it turns purple a little bit and green, and so if you work it right like that, you can get it. You can see right here that it's really sharp because it went with that piece of grain that was there, and it was hard to get that blend to go across there. But I wasn't
very unique piece for sure.
Wasn't too upset with it. So
No, that's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
Did a great job.
Yeah, thank you. So that's what I have. I appreciate your time.
You bet.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
So next we're going to go to Chaim, who had a piece from last week. Yes, you, Chaim. Because you had a gallery from last week and we didn't get to see it.
He's muted.
You have to
muted.
Yeah, you need to unmute yourself.
Give me 5 minutes. I'll be
Okay, we'll come back to you. We'll go to somebody else. No problem. He's not here, but she is. We're going to go to Sandy. Sandy, are you there? No. Yes. Got to unmute yourself, Sandy.
Hi. I don't have my piece.
Okay.
No, I took it into the shop today. I'm teaching it out to a couple of guys in there, and I took mine in as a sample so they could look at it. And I forgot it's still in the shop.
That's okay. All right.
Next week.
We'll see it next time then.
Okay.
Okay. So the next. Thanks, Sandy. Next up, we're going to go to Dane. What you got, Dane?
Muted.
We'll call this the first real piece that I've turned in the last 9 months. So it's a Romanesque canteen. The main body is out of red maple. It's spalted, so it's It's not going to be for liquor or for water. Did a little bit of rope embellishments, and the center medallions are quilted maple.
Very nice. Did you turn it with the foot? Is it part of the turning, or is you glued make it glued?
It's all one piece. The only thing that is separate is the medallion.
That's gorgeous, Dean. Gorgeous.
Completely hollowed out.
Wow.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the touch is coming back. So
how many different points did you hold? I mean, to grab it. So I see 1,
points.
2, 3, 4. So
There's
2, and
here,
then you have to turn around to make
right
it the other way.
And then the other 2 here. So only so 4 if you want to count it.
Well, I mean,
around,
you had to make it
it's only,
round. You have the round
it's only
part
2
first.
axes. So you mount it between centers. Your block of wood. So it started at 10.5 by 6 3/8. Golden mean. Imagine that. And you what you do is you draw circles, and not very, keep them close together, and you turn to the circle to get, so you can get your outside profile, and then you make a tenon on one end, and then turn your foot, turn your spout, and then you come back in and put it in the chuck, drill your cork opening, and then from there you come around to the recess that you made on one side, pierce through a Forstner bit on this side, hollow it all out, and then flip it back around on this side. Actually, while you're holding it on the recess on this side, you'll make your face first, flatten your face, blend the corners, and then you drill it out, and then you hollow it, and you flip it around, flatten the face on the back side, true up, make sure you got the same amount of wood exposing, between your spout, on both sides here, so that's nice and even down on your foot. And then you turn your medallions to fit in, glue them in, and then for a cork, typically what I use is I keep my liquor bottle corks and caps, and then I'll just turn a knob that'll fit up inside. But this one here, I grabbed the wrong Forstner bit when I was drilling. It's supposed to have been 5/8, and then I would open it up to 11/16. But no, stupid me. Grabbed the 3/4, and so it's just a hair too sloppy there. And so easy way around that is take a wine cork, or you can laminate and glue up your own cork. Take a wine cork, chuck it up, drill yourself a 3/8 hole in it. Then you turn your tenon, and then make your ball cap or whatever style cap you want to have on. I'm going to have like a ball cap on it, so I'll have that finished next week. Planned on doing it today, but work with Worldwide, and then had several phone calls this afternoon.
Hey, before you put that away, Dan, can you explain just a little bit of that rope texturing you did? What'd you do there?
So used the Sorby texture, and so first, so I had it sitting, the texturing tool sitting at the 1 o'clock position, and I just brought that across that whole width right there. And then I took my beading tool and set out beads to make it look like ropes.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. That's it.
Dean.
Very
Dean,
nice.
Yes,
would you?
Yes, Scott.
Would you consider just turning a plug for it?
Well, yeah, essentially that's what I'm going to do is, but I'm going to add a cork to it. I think Patrick, he just does a straight up wood piece that
because
you
said it wasn't going to hold your whiskey or anything, so you don't really need it to be sealed on top, right?
No, I don't. No, but I'm just going to use this as an exhibit stand, for somebody, that wants to pick it up and be like, oh yeah, I'd like to have one of them, and just so that they can see.
Yeah.
what the canteen's all about. So
That would make a neat urn too.
yeah, for
Somebody that
a person
drinks.
that likes to for a person that likes the libations,
Yeah.
Yep.
definitely.
You could
Right.
soak my ashes in
inside,
rum.
So, but yeah, that's me. So I got, you know, nice tight bead on the bottom, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch bead joining the base,
Goodness.
and then I did the inverse with 1/4 inch bead up here on the spout, 1/8 inch bead at the top of the mouth. So
Good deal.
yeah, for the first project being back, after 9 months of not doing anything,
Very
felt
nice.
good, feels good.
I
So
haven't lost your
Very,
touch.
very nice. Very nice.
thank
Very
y'all.
nice.
Appreciate it.
Nice job.
Thanks, Dane. Okay, so now Haim's back, so we're gonna go see how he's got his piece. What do you think, Haim?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
really, really pretty.
Eggshell.
Really?
That's the eggshell. The
Wow.
glue eggshell.
Very, very
The
nicely done.
Yep.
Mm-mm-mm.
No, the whole drawing itself, it's all freehand. I mean, I know it's freehand what you did, but your idea, I mean, did you draw it first, or
Yeah,
I'm
drawing
sure you
first.
probably
Yes.
did.
Yep.
Wow.
Jeez, beautiful.
And then I
Very
put the
pretty,
eggshell.
Hein.
That's it. That's what I have.
Very
Very
good,
nice.
sir.
Well, very nice, Haim. Thank you very much. Nice
Absolutely.
job.
Very pretty. Very pretty.
Okay, so next we're gonna go to Jeff.
Oh.
Hey, Jeff.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Jeff.
What I've got is I made a pen for a dear friend of mine who lost her to a friend of hers. So she wanted the exact same blank, and I actually found it at Exotic Blank, and this is what I came up with.
Oh, wow.
And this is a perfect example of what we talked about a couple weeks ago with painting the inside of your blank or painting the tube. This has a lot of clear acrylic in it. And if I didn't do that, I'd see all that brass in there and it would really take away from it. So the inside of the blank is painted. I don't paint the tube. You can run into problems doing that, including not having a good reflecting of light. So this came out pretty good. I got to get it to her now.
Hey.
Yeah,
Very
great
cool.
job.
Very nice. Nice job.
And
Jeff.
JJ, I sent you the picture already. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Jeff. Next up is Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Good evening, everybody.
Patty.
This is a piece that I turned earlier, and I just decided to turn a pedestal for it.
Oh,
goodness.
nice.
Out of black walnut.
Walnut.
Very
That
good.
looks- yeah, yeah.
This piece I was practicing more on turning thin.
Oh, wow.
I guess so.
Wow.
Can you,
That's 1.5 millimeters.
you can shine a light through it, can't you?
Yep. You can see through it. You can almost read the newspaper through
Yeah.
Well, hey, Pat. Now, you showed your sanding jig last week. I mean, that has a lot to do with that getting it that thin, right?
No. It's turned thin. And then hand sanded because I mean it was so flexible I had to put my hand behind it to sand it. It was very flexible. I mean, I turned it wet.
It's the only way you can get it to survive like that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Then
Incredible.
I turned this little box.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a big piece of wood you started with.
Yeah, it was. It was only like 3 inches when it started. And then I turned another one, put a pedestal on it.
Oh, I like that one.
All right.
Very nice.
Very nice.
What'd you use, a dye on it to get the color?
Yes, well, it's chestnut stains.
Okay. I like that color. That looks great.
Yeah.
It's about 4 different colors on it, I think, to get that.
Oh, wow.
Well, I can see them in the right light. You got some red and some green
I
or
see
blue,
'em.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's pretty. Very nice.
Looks good.
I can't get that thin. I try, explodes.
Yeah, you
And
got to
I'll
do it
turn
wet.
another
And you
one
got
of
to do it
these.
lightly.
Oh my
Nice,
goodness.
nice,
Oh
nice.
my.
Oh wow.
Gorgeous.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
It's gorgeous.
What kind of wood?
This part is birch.
Okay.
This, I'm not sure what it is. It's something I picked up out of the woods.
Yeah.
And it had a few cracks in it, so I filled that with acrylic.
But you did a lot of piercing on that.
Yeah. Sure did.
It took a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you
Bored,
use to
right?
What'd you use to pierce it with?
Micromotor,
Okay.
carver, and a real small bit.
Yeah, there's a couple of different bits that work well for that. Very nice.
This one was one that I think Howard King mentioned. He got from NDI wood carving.
Yep.
And that's a nice carving bit. Works really
Yeah, I got
good.
one of those too. And I like it. It's good for piercing. You're absolutely right.
That micro carver. Oh my.
This I have no idea what the wood is. We cut it down probably 6 months ago, and I only got one piece of it. I wish I'd have got more, but it's real soft, but it cuts well with a good sharp tool. And the spalking in it is just out of this world.
No, the spalking is fabulous.
Very pretty.
And it's light as a feather.
Mm.
And I did a little detail on the foot and up around the rim.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very, very nice.
But I wish I knew what it was so I could get more of it.
Heck yeah.
That's pretty.
It's amazing it took that much detail being such a soft wood.
Yeah.
It's really soft.
Yeah. It looks like it took good detail though.
It did.
Yeah.
Very light touch on that part, and it just went right on perfect.
Just let the tool do the work, eh?
Yep.
Nice.
Excellent.
Wow.
Very nice, Patrick.
They're beautiful.
The tool that you're talking about, the micromotor, is that the name of it? Micromotor. I could go, and that's what I asked for.
The micromotor is a
what
class.
you're calling it?
Micromotor is a class of tools. Most of us have the same one, the Master Carver Micro Pro Champion.
Yep, that's
That's
exactly
what I have.
I've got.
Yep. I'll go put a link to it in the chat when I get a moment here, Al. Okay.
I got mine from Tree Line in Florida.
I got mine from MDI. Yeah, they run about $200 or so. Yeah, it's one of my favorite tools. So yeah.
They're not cheap, but
No.
they're nice.
I have a Ram, and I've been real pleased with that one. I've had it for about 4 years now, and it works real well too. I've been very happy with that one.
I've got two. They take two. Both of them have two micromotor handles, so I got 4 micromotors. But I got them. I got them from China.
Oh wow!
And they were very, very priced reasonably. And there was one that come out in the United States now called Big Blue. Everybody was bragging about it, and I looked at it and I said, "That's the same thing I got from China." So basically, what they did, they took the China knockoff and just sprayed their name on it and called it that. But they're very, very reasonably priced out of China. It takes you a month to get them, but it's worth the wait.
That's all I've got.
Very
Wow.
nice.
Thank you.
Very nice, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Incredible, Patrick.
Thank you.
Good job, Patrick.
Next up is Dewey.
15
What you
years
got,
ago,
Dewey?
15 years ago, Cindy Droza came to our club in North Texas and did a demo. She gave the demo piece to John Horn, one of our oldest members, and he put it up at the Christmas auction this year, and I bought it.
Oh, wow.
And there it is. It's just a little box like this, and here like that. It's probably made. I think it's made out of quilted maple. But what's so unique about it is, I don't know if you can see it, but she actually carved her name into it and put North Texas Turners on it and the date of 2011.
Wow.
So it's a little bit of history there that I don't think she does tours anymore. So this little box it's got a little bit of history to it. So I thought I'd share it with everybody.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nice piece to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dewey.
That's it.
Thanks, Dewey.
White hair and
All
all.
right.
White hair and all.
Yep. Kirk is up next. Hey, Kirk. You there?
Evening.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice sticker.
Yeah. Time of the year, you got to do some heart bowls, right?
Yep.
Right? Have a
Little piece
heart.
of walnut, little piece of walnut crotch, a little bug infestation in it, so we had to fill them up with a little bit of man-made turquoise. Cherry bowl with a little embellishment on the side.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I like it.
That's
Very
nice.
Oh, that's
Wow.
The color
That's,
shifting
Fantastic.
pigments.
chameleon pigment, right?
Yeah.
Right, the chameleon flakes.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Yep.
That looks good.
And a walnut one that's still in the process, just got the chameleon flakes
Beautiful.
on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Messy
Kirk,
stuff to work. Messy stuff to work with.
I commend you. I commend you for the surface you have on your waves there.
Oh,
Yeah.
They got to be clean, sort of.
It's supposed to be.
I can see the dust up by the headstock. You haven't got it all yet.
Well, if you could actually see down on the rubber pad below me, it sparkles because of them chameleon flakes. They just float everywhere.
They really
Yeah,
do.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that in a controlled environment. That's for sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Shut
That's
the
all I
hands
got.
off.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Kirk. Next up is Brenda.
Brenda.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So today I went out and finished this here toothpick box.
Nice.
Well, toothpick
Cool.
dispenser.
There you go.
Right? Because you open it up, the toothpicks come out because it's got a little tray. Oh, can you see it there?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then they fall out. Of course, we don't hold on to them. Yeah.
That's clever. That's clever.
I've seen it on YouTube, you know. Anyway, and then it just sits back down in there. Oh, lost one.
It's a nice turning too. Look at that.
Yep.
And it closes up.
Sure does.
No-
Really nice.
No tooth. It's not like a first time ink pen.
Yeah.
Great
Nice.
job,
Very
Brenda.
nice, Brenda.
I thought
Nice
it turned out
job.
pretty good.
Nice, real nice.
Nice, Brenda.
Very nice,
Yep. And
Brenda.
you got a contrasting wood for the knob. That's very sharp.
Yeah. That was a little leftover pen blank piece.
Yeah.
Future,
Perfect. Yeah.
little
What's
future
your-
project wood, eh?
Yes.
What's your finish? What's your finish?
Parfex.
Tell us about Parfix. What is Parfix?
Parfex is a medical grade super glue. And
what's the
compared to
benefits of it?
the super glue, you put one coat on and you're done. Instead of
Wipe
10.
on, wipe off, huh?
Wipe it on, wipe it off. Spray it and it's
Outstanding.
done.
Does it smell?
Only after you spray it. After you spray the activator, it does smell. Before that, no.
Which version of
3408.
3408. Okay.
Yep. And check out this end grain here. Check that out. Can you see that? No tear out.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Yeah. And
Look
even
at
the
you.
bottom turned out pretty good. Does have a little hole in it because it's the pit, but yeah.
Sharp tools and shearing cuts are the way to go. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Brenda, can I ask you? Okay, what when you lift the lid? What's the mechanism? What did you do? How does that work? Yeah, what is that?
It's just a little platform in there.
It's a little bucket.
Oh, it's on the bottom. Okay,
Yeah, see?
on the bottom. Okay, yes.
Oops.
No,
Now
it's
you
broken.
do.
Okay, I got
See?
you.
And it just fits
Okay.
out inside there.
Yeah.
Make it a little taller and you can put pencils in it.
Yeah.
Little pencils. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's nice. That's nice.
I'm hoping this is going to be my number one seller at my next craft show.
If
June.
you
It
make
should
it,
be.
We'll make
if you
several.
make it 8 inches tall, you could have drinking straws in it.
True. True. Find the right piece of wood. Yeah.
It's early, but I'll
How
take you.
long did it take you to make that?
Well, I started it yesterday and finished it today. And see, I do have this crack in here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a crack. I cleaned it out and put some, I don't know what I put in there, but it didn't come out very good. And I tried to fill this hole over here too, but it went all the way through. So I just left them open.
They're features.
Yeah.
Yep,
This
that's
yellow
pretty.
gold dust in it. But
Very pretty.
yeah.
It looks like a design, and it certainly doesn't hurt the toothpicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And this was a piece of ash
Looks beautiful.
out of the tree that I just cut down in my yard last summer. And it was full of bug holes. So this bug hole connects to this bug hole down here. Yep.
Like the
And
leg
that's a
bone.
bug hole that comes out to the bottom.
Wow.
And it goes all the way through.
Wow.
Very cool, Brenda.
Great job, Brenda.
Brenda,
I like it.
the cup is
Yeah.
supposed to be taller. See, that holds the toothpicks.
That piece should be deeper.
It should be deeper. See how that goes?
Yeah.
If it's this is about 1.5 inches deep or something.
Huh.
And then they don't
Okay.
fall out.
And they won't fall out.
You got everything, but it just, if they're just a little deeper, see, also when you drop it, it's supposed to glide in.
Okay. Yeah, mine don't fit. Mine is a little too small.
But that way,
Yeah.
also, I didn't make this. This was made for me by somebody else. Also, you can make the bigger ones. This has got
Q-tips.
Q-tips in it.
Oh, nice.
I was just gonna say Q-tips. Yep.
Now, can you pull one Q-tip out without pulling out two?
Yeah, this one here I could get.
Okay.
But don't ask me to take another one out. I don't know.
That's a clever idea, though.
Very good.
Yep. Hey, thanks, Jim. You're up next for show and tell, Jim.
Oh,
Right.
now you got me. I forgot what I'm doing here. This is a piece of quilted red oak. This is an
Beautiful.
ikebana.
Oh, yeah.
I did an article on this. I think it's issue 405 on ikebanas, and then I did a demo. In fact, just before the snowstorm, and I showed them how to turn to a drawing rather than just turning things. So I made an identical ikebana to the one in the article, and this one, the first one sold. This one is quilted red oak, and this came out really. I wish
It's
you could
gorgeous.
see. Wish you could see
Yeah,
the color of the thing.
that grain is pretty.
But anyway,
Yeah, it looks very, very pretty.
and we were talking about
grain?
what?
I say, is that the grain that we see when we look down the bottom of it? Is that what that is? Or show the inside, down the opening. So I see.
He's got the spike thing in there in brass.
Oh, frog.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
frog.
supposed to pop out, but it ain't gonna pop out. I'll be damned.
It's for Japanese flower arranging, Al, and you use the spike thing in the bottom you stick the flowers onto it so they stand in a particular way.
It's actually almost a religion. People.
Jim, don't knock that thing too hard. You'll stick those spikes in your hand.
You got it. You just take care of yourself. That should.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Jim. It's all right.
Anyway, you're talking about hearts. I think I showed this before. This is the heart bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But this is made in two bowls. This is a bowl on the bottom, and this is another bowl on top. You cut in half, and you end up making two of these.
Yes, that was the plan.
This is, you could actually put these together
and make an apple.
make an entire heart. I don't know.
Wow.
That's what I was supposed to show today.
Oh, okay. well, this is made in two halves. You can see the two halves.
Mm-hmm.
This is
it needs 4 chambers.
Yeah, this is the madrone from
and
Seattle.
And you got no cracks on it, and it's madrone.
Madrone, yeah.
Man, great job.
This was a block that was boiled. They boil it up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
And
an hour per inch.
Dale, no, who was it? I don't remember. I brought it back from Oregon, but anyway.
How big was your stock piece when you started?
The strap piece was probably, I did an article in this, I think. This was about 7 by 7, about 4 inches deep. It's almost the size of this in a cube. But this is actually turned in half. You can see this is the bottom of the bowl, of one bowl, and this is the other side of the other bowl. It's amazing. The light doesn't do anything I want it to do.
That's what I put into Facebook. The gentleman that I put into Facebook. That's exactly what the demonstration is that 2 pieces.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're cut in half.
Beautiful, Joe. Yep.
Yours turned out better than mine.
It's a fun thing to do. Actually, when you do it to a drawing, I mean, I did this. Everything I do is to a drawing, okay? I don't turn freehand. Everything is precision. And when this is a flat piece of wood, if you come in here, if you look on the drawing, you come in here 3/4 of an inch, it's down 1/4 of an inch. So if you take your parting tool and go down 1/4 of an inch right there, then come in another 1/4 of an inch and measure how far down and turn a notch down there. When you get done, you get all these notches, and all you do is cut this off to that side, the notches.
Makes sense.
Easy, huh?
Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
But you make 6 of them, they're all matched. In fact, I've got other things that all match, but I'm not going to show that tonight. But anyway, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Jim. Very nice.
Nice stuff, Jim. As always.
The next up is Tim. Hey, Tim.
Hang on 1 second. I've got to put the dogs out of the office. For some reason, they want to fight in the office. So I'll be right back. Give me 10 seconds.
All right.
Yeah, that was quick.
3,
Second.
2,
All
1.
right. So on
Now I
Saturday,
just wonder. I wonder
11
what he
seconds.
said.
Sorry.
yeah,
I wonder what
on
he was saying.
Saturday, I went on Facebook and I said, hey, if you want to learn how to dry a twice turned bowl in one day, going from 26% down to about 5%, check out Matt Harbor's article on our website. And then I proceeded to turn a bowl. It was 12 and a half inches wide. It's about 3.5 inches deep, spalted pecan.
Wow.
The finish on the inside is Hampshire sheen, and the outside is 3408.
Very nice.
So when finishing, taking off the tenon, what's the one thing we should never do? That one more cut, right? Can you see it right up
Yep.
in here? Yeah. The tenon gave way because it's spalted and it ate the tool rest. Luckily, I was able to patch it, but that's going to a friend of mine as a housewarming gift. So she wants to use it for ornamental work, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But I also have this plate. It's maple and walnut, and the finish on it, because she does plan on putting food on that, is Hampshire sheen. So, but other than
Very
that,
good, Tim.
been a great weekend. I will say, Safety Sue, you were right. Always pick up your shop floor. Boy, I hit a dowel when I was getting ready to take the tenon off that bottom. Some reason a dowel had slipped out of a box, was laying on the ground. It was like a pair of roller skates.
Oh,
I
good.
cut myself.
Yahoo!
That's why you leave the shavings on the floor.
The shavings were
No.
fine, not a big deal. I was sweeping them up, but this dowel I didn't see. Boy, that thing rolled up underneath me.
That's why I leave my shavings on the floor. It gives you something to.
Yeah, it was a good day in the shop. But anyway, if you guys that are new to our website have not checked out worldwidewoodturners.org, look at all the articles, look at all the demos that everybody's done for the past 6 years. Tips, tricks,
Yes.
techniques, whatever in there. There's hundreds of things. And just wanted to highlight that for a few folks. All right, that's
Yes.
all I got.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Next up is Ray. Hey, Ray. Oh, no.
Mute.
Oh
All right.
no.
Are we there now?
Yep.
We see you.
Okay, good. Hey, 2 weeks ago, I showed a bowl and everybody seemed to like it. And I said I would be back with embellishment a little bit on the next one. So took a little longer than I thought. I had a lot of trouble.
Red line.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous.
Dang.
that is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Dang.
Just beautiful.
And I suggest anybody that wants to try this, practice stacking marbles.
Do they have to be round?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I went through about 60 segments to come up with 24 that I could use. And I had to do it a couple times. It was just a miserable task. And each one of the segments looks like that, as you can see. And you try to put segments together with glue, and they just don't want to go together. And so each one of those segments is cut 7.5 degrees on each side, and that goes into about an 8.5 inch diameter circle there, the decorative ring. And normally
So
you would use
how
a
many
band
pieces?
to tighten those up, and they just move all over the place. I did use Tight Bond 3 to give me extra gluing time, and that wasn't enough. I had to go out in the shop when it was really cold, and that gave me some extra time, and I was able to get these all lined up. And as you can see, it as it spun on the lathe,
Very nice.
it is right in order.
It's beautiful. Wow.
How many
Gorgeous.
pieces per ring?
Well, each one of these segments, I think, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pieces. Each has 8
Right.
pieces in it. In
Wow.
total, that would be, gee, 192 pieces just in the decorative ring. In total, there's 288 segments in the bull.
Wow.
You know, Ray, that looks awful beautiful, but it looks like to me after a while it stops being fun and starts being work.
This one was the bowl from hell. It really
Oh, it's a
was.
gorgeous bowl from Al.
Yeah, it really is.
Hey,
It's
it's
You
called
amazing.
did a
bragging
great
rights.
job. I don't know
It's
if I'd
called
have the patience for something like that. You know,
That's
I
a
just,
fantastic bowl.
That is
called
gorgeous.
bragging
Very
rights.
Great
nice.
job, Ray.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
Hey,
you got that done quicker than I was expecting.
right.
I'll tell you, there was a point I didn't know whether I was going to get it made or not.
Wow.
But I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn.
well,
Yeah,
Wow.
very pretty.
Hey,
My God.
That is gorgeous.
somebody told me one time that when you're gluing the pieces together, and they slide like you were saying, that if you put salt between them,
Yeah,
they-
I've used that on some things. That
yeah,
I wouldn't have had time to do that on
gotcha.
doing this one here. That
Right.
I tell you what
Okay.
I did what I did one time, and I don't know if it worked with you or not, but what I did was I got some CA glue and I put a little dot right in the middle,
mhm.
and then I put my other glue around it, and I press it together, and the CA glue, in just a minute or two, went ahead and set up, and then that allowed the other glue to set up, and you didn't have all this traveling that you would have. I don't know if that would work with you or not, but
The problem was I tried to do it. Here's just two pieces, and they would be round. I tried to do it just 2 pieces, and I was going to 2 pieces and do a half circle. But as I started putting them together, it started growing in an arc, um, and that didn't work for me. So I made some more and tried something else. But basically, you have to put a band around it, and you have to have a press to press them down to where
Pull it up
they're
higher.
flat.
yeah.
And you got to do that all at the same time. And
What'd you use as a press?
I made my own out of a RV trailer jack,
Uh-huh.
Oh,
and that works real well. You just screw it down, and it presses up to 2,000 pounds. You can lift one of those, so you can get a pretty good press on a rig.
Would you be so kind as to take a picture of that and send it to the
editor.
newsletter?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's no
That'd
problem.
be great if you would do that.
It's pretty handy. I've used it more than once, and if you're doing segmentation and you want to really flatten your rings out, that's a good way to do it. And,
Wow. Yeah.
because you've got to be able to get those all exactly flat along there.
Mhm.
You just can't have any movement at all.
Boy, you did an excellent job on that. That's just
Man, that's awesome.
I'll tell you what,
Beautiful.
that's a $1,000 piece if it's a nickel.
Yeah, easily.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure
easy.
I'd sell it for 1,000.
I'm gonna say,
You gotta add the
it's
100% aggravation fees for maintenance.
Yeah, it's that for aggravation and don't do it again.
Yeah.
So I got to come up with something new to do.
Well,
Right?
how are you going to top that?
Not sure yet. I got a couple days left. I can probably
He's
come up with something.
he's going to do another bowl like that, but except this time it's going to be a Jacob's ladder.
I can see
Oh my
that.
gosh.
I've done that.
Oh my gosh.
I did that one. So
Wow.
yeah, it was 3D ladder up the side of the bowl. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, do a double
But going
helix.
but
Do a
going
double
around the
helix.
circumference, double helix Jacob's ladder, the DNA strand.
I'd have to think about that one a little bit.
All right. Well, thanks,
Don't ask-
Ray. This is
All right, thank you
we'll
guys.
just-
Very good, Ray.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Fantastic.
Okay,
stuff.
Dane, we're coming to you.
All right. Yep. Let me just a little message off my screen. All right. So we're at the top of the hour. So we're almost ready for festivities with the demo. But just want to talk about we got club patches. Got a whole bunch of them yet. They need a new home. They're tired of being in my workshop. Look at these good looking patches.
Yeah, boy.
Beautiful.
I don't know if everybody
lot of
wants
you-
to be writers cramp filling
A
out
lot
all
of you
that.
got them already. They're a 3-inch patch. You know, it'll look good on your t-shirt. Look good on your dress shirt. Look good on your hat.
You
Did
know
you
what?
get-
If I was to buy those, I'd have to go out and buy a new smock.
They'd look great on a brand new smock. There's a chatoance to it between the navy blue and the regular blue. It's for everybody that has one, they can attest to that chatoyance to it. It's a really neat patch, and
It's a good looking patch.
100% embroidered, solid thread all the way through.
And what's the price on those?
The price on these is $7.50.
Is that all?
Shipped worldwide.
Is that do you guys sell yet?
Not yet. Come Saturday, we'll have Zelle set up.
All right.
Yep. And then, so patches, ongoing program, helps the club. We're still taking donations. There's quite a few people in here that's got recurring donations. Y'all know who you are. I just want to, give a heartfelt thank you. Everybody within Worldwide really appreciates what you're doing. Having these recurring transfers come in, it's very humbling. It's very nice to see coming in. We've got Level Up registration ongoing. Level Up is September 17th, 18th, and 19th of this year. Classes are starting to fill up. Make sure you go to the website, click on Level Up, see the classes. We got over 20 coaches that are going to be teaching you how to, you're actually going to get to make a project, leave with a project. You could leave with 12 projects if you sign up for classes for all 4 sessions each day, all 3 days. That's on you. Everybody knows there are turning limits on how long they can stand and work at the lathe. And we've got off lathe embellishment classes that are going to be going on as well. So like I said, classes are, registration's ongoing. People are signing up. You don't want to be left out. And then with that, we've got, that's something else I was going to say, but now I can't remember. I need to write down my thoughts instead of trying to freestyle it all the time. But I'm sure I will remember it when I come back.
Oh, look at that show off.
Oh,
What you do?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what was going on. Look at that. Nice patch.
Nice, Brenda.
Nice patch.
Good job.
Thanks, Brenda.
But you need to get yourself a brand new baseball cap with nothing on it and put the patch on there right above the bill.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so back on patches, we sent them to all four hemispheres. So South America, North America, and Asia, and Africa, and Australia. All the way up. There's a person that just bought some at the very top of Norway. Not sure how he's able to turn being so cold up there all the time, but he's got a nice heated shop. But it's nice seeing all the people that have been coming in and purchasing patches. It's been really nice. And so with that, anybody has any questions about Level Up?
How
Feel
you?
free.
How's your sign up going?
It's doing okay. We got people coming in and signing up. That's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got plenty of spots still open. We're planning on 50 to 100 people. So
Okay.
still
And
time.
you did say, Dane, if we're signing up online and we run into a snag, we could call you or Dave.
Yes, 100%.
That would be me. Terrible with
Yep,
computers.
no problem. No problem. Or email, whichever. So
Oh, okay.
not a problem.
I went the easy route. I just sent a check right to Scott.
Right. And then for those that don't do online payment activities,
Mm-hmm.
we have the address. It's Scott's address up there in Wisconsin. Send the check to him, and then just list out what courses you want to take on such and such date, which session, which pod, and then from there we'll get you registered on the back end. So easy
Cool.
peasy. It's
Okay,
not
you
rocket
said send that
science.
to who, Dane? I'm sorry.
Scott Tague, his
Scott?
address
Okay.
is on the.
Perfect.
Yep. And then like Dan was mentioning earlier about Zelle, we will have Zelle payment, be able to accept Zelle payments this weekend. We'll have Zelle set up, so and that'll work.
If we send checks in, though, you guys don't have to pay a fee. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I
And
like
then
checks.
and then the same with Zelle. There's no fee charged against this if Zelle is used. So it's
Okay.
100% comes to us. So
Oh, okay,
yes,
cool.
but
I
no
like that.
problem on that. Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, sounds great.
All right. Thanks, Dewey. All right. So with that, let's get our safety moment on, and then we'll get to our feature demonstration. So you're up.
I hope everybody's doing well, staying warm, at least warmer than what we were.
Yep, I got my heater on.
Oh, that's good. Good. I'm glad. Before I go on, just remember everybody that you're responsible for the safety in your shop. And we all have different choices for safety. With that being said, we're going to be talking about face shields today. Me personally, I like my UVEX, and I also have a respirator where it covers my forehead and my head and everything else. But there are new face masks on the market that are rated for impact resistance. And I'm going to turn this safety moment to Scott Tag so he can show you the new face mask that he got and he loves. So with that, can you highlight Scott?
Yep. Got him.
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yep. So with my new eye condition, I have to have totally dust proof. I can't get dust in my eyes at all anymore. So I found some safety goggles that actually fit over glasses. Hang on. They actually fit over your glasses. So you can wear glasses. This isn't the best pair of glasses, but they fit over your glasses.
There you go.
You can fit them over your glasses. And they're 100%. You can see it's totally sealed around my face. and underneath,
Yeah.
and they do not fog. And then if you want a face shield, you can clip this face shield onto the glasses, and now you have a face shield. So
Oh,
it's
that looks nice.
It's removable if you're doing something you don't need a face shield. You can remove it. It's just two little ears that clip into the glasses. Like I said, these aren't the best breeders. They're my cheapies. Well, this just clips onto the glasses. The little slot here on the side. You just push on real easy. They push on. The first time they push on a little harder than after you've done it a few times. Now they're attached to your glasses. This black piece moves up and down so that you can vent it so that you feel like you're not suffocating behind the shield. But it doesn't fog. I haven't been able to fog these yet. I even walked outside and tried to fog them and walk back into the heat. They don't fog. They're anti-fog. This company is called No Cry, and you can get them either right from No Cry itself, or you can get them from Amazon. And it's the same price no matter where you buy them. So
Does it work as a dust shield as well for
well,
your?
it does to a certain extent because this fits so tight to your face. When you put this on with it on there, it's tight to your face. So you can see it's touching my cheeks here. It's a little open on the bottom, but not very much. So I would just say that it's partially dust protectant. I wouldn't maybe sand with them on, with do sanding without some kind of respirator. But as far as if you're just turning with them, I think turning is fine. Use it as a dust shield, turning itself. So I happened to find them. I was looking for some goggles that fit over reading glasses because I'm going to have to wear glasses now to turn. So these were the only ones I found that were actually felt like they were going to be good. And this is very comfortable. This is so thin you don't even hardly know that it's there.
Wow. Scott, can you hold that up so we can see the name of it a little clearer?
Sure.
I knew the knee shield.
Yeah, would just okay.
No
If
cry.
you would
Okay,
just
no cry. Okay.
just
Got it.
stick the name on the chat too, please.
I will put the name in the chat. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Yeah.
Just
Thanks,
something
Scott.
for you guys to try that maybe don't like wearing full face shields. I think I'm going to find myself wearing them more often than not.
Oh yeah.
Not just as for turning purposes, but I'm going to find myself because they're so comfortable to wear them with the table. So I'm going to wear them like regular safety glasses. Maybe not the shield all the time, but at least the safety glass part of it.
Right.
At least.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted to share that with everybody. I found them by accident. So that's all I have. Look at that. So Tim Hatch has got it the Amazon link into chat already. Thanks, Tim.
So thanks, Scott. They do look
No problem.
especially the goggle part with dust after you've had cataract surgery. So I understand.
Well, anybody that may have like dry eye, where you can't wear a power vented hood because the air pushing across your eyes are going to irritate your dry eye symptoms, or anybody that's had eye surgery, they recommend even months or years later that you don't get dust in your eye. They don't want you rubbing your eyes with those artificial lenses at all. So it's just something for you to think about. They're pretty cheap. They're only like $37. That's all I have. Back to you, Sue.
Thank you.
Very good, Scott. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Well, folks, I encourage anybody that's got ideas or new things to give me an email, and or just call me or call Dane, because we'll bring up your ideas.
We'll call
No,
Scott.
no idea is, especially for safety, should be untold. So, folks, I hope you have a safe week. And I want to see you next week with those great big smiles and no band aids on any part of your body. So, take care. Have
All
a
right,
good
thank you,
day.
Steve. All right, so with that, that brings us to our featured demonstrator next. So we got Mr. Doug Miller. He's inviting us into his shop tonight. He's going to turn a really cool project tonight. Doug's going to turn it the way Doug wants to turn it. He's got his own technique and styles. We may think he's doing something. Um, we may think that we could do it better, but you know what? Doug's the one that's doing the demonstration, and he knows exactly what he's doing. And look at that patch! Look at that patch right there! Hell
Freshly
yeah!
put on. It was just got put on
Yes,
today. And I've got
outstanding,
another
Doug.
smock. It's got the same looking patch on it. So I'm looking for
Look at
my
that
third.
sticker on that lathe too.
Can you imagine?
Right, right.
I've got a
All
third
right.
black smock that I'm hoping to get the same patch put on it. So I got to find the stinking smock. So we'll see how that goes. All right.
No problem.
Before we get into the demo, let me show you my show and tell.
Yeah.
That is a bowl. There's the backside with logo and all. Oop, let's go the
There you
right
go.
way. Nope, that's the right way.
It
Yeah.
looks
Yep.
plastic.
Well, it's got some finish on it, but you can see the
Oh my.
grain. You can see the grain. The top side only has one coat of finish on it so far, so it's got to get at least one more, if not two more. That's construction pine, and the technique for doing this is the same as what I'm going to show you here tonight. Not going to turn a heart tonight, but I'm going to show something different. So, with that being said, that's all I've gotten done this week, other than to finish off a couple of pieces. Got some tenons turned off and bottoms finished, that kind of thing. I've got here a piece of cypress, I think. Pretty soft wood. This one's actually missing a little chunk there. That's because there was some ring shank there. So I think I got rid of all the ring shank. There's a couple little surface cracks across here, but like I said, they're surface. They don't go down into the grain at all. So we should take care of it. And the way I cut that was I pulled a shamrock off of the internet, free clip art, printed it, put spray adhesive on the face of my wood, and stuck that on yesterday. This is a glue block. It's a cherry glue block that I've used for about a dozen similar projects, whether they be plates or things like this. And that's just to get us started, because I want this side with this place on the side to be, I want that to be my bottom. So I've got a glue block on the front just to get us started. And I used JJ's method. I've been doing it ever since I made this glue block. And like I said, I've used this for over a dozen different pieces, but I put medium CA. I put this on here where I wanted it, drew a circle, put medium CA in the circle, put my accelerator on the glue block, stuck my glue block down in the circle. If I get that up, nah, you can almost see, yeah, right there, you can see where I drew the circle around there. So, it it goes where I want it. So that's how we're going to start. Let me change cameras and we'll get going here. So I've got to change chucks to begin with. I need this chuck later, but I don't need it right this minute. Forgot about this part. Okay, I'm not going to take that far away because, like I said, we're going to use it again here in just a moment. Got to use my 4-inch jaws to get this particular glue block, and just I like a lot of people use just a little snap at the very end just to lock that on. It typically makes it pretty secure, so I don't have to worry about it at all. And in fact, I'm going to change angles again I want you to see something here. And I don't think we talk about this nearly enough, and it is important. You can see the gap between my jaws. That means I've got pretty close to a perfect circle there. And when you got a perfect circle in your jaws, you've got the best grab on your glue block or on your tenon as you can get. So that's about as close as I could get it. This glue block was very carefully measured out so that we could get that. So anyway, that's enough of that. I just wanted to show that. I just think that's important enough to make a point of it. So as you can see, it's irregular. We're going to have a lot of air, especially as we get further into the project. I do want to make sure I'm not hitting anywhere, and I'm trying to. It's actually hitting on the banjo, not on the tool rest. There we go. Didn't need to be so far in. I told you last week I did replumb my vacuum system with hard plastic, and it so far is working a treat. I'm tickled with the way it's working. Let me get my face shield, my UVEX. In fact, I'm going to pull out just a little bit here. Come on, there you go. There's my UVEX. I was going to show you another one. It's not too dissimilar from what Scott has, except mine is one piece instead of two. I got that from an ad on Facebook. The the eye goggles themselves are pretty, I don't remember what the numbers are, but they are impact resistive. They're certified. And then you've got the built-in respirator as well, two filters that are replaceable. And I've used it a few times. I really like it. It's very, very lightweight. I was using it mostly when I was still wearing my contacts, but haven't worn them for quite a while now. May be able to work on my glasses. I've just not tried. So anyway,
Good
let's
info.
get to the, come on, let's move. Well, I don't know why wonder if my batteries are starting to get low. There we go. All
There it
right.
is.
Face shield down. I'm gonna turn my speed down just to get started. I know it's not hitting. We've already checked it, but I still like to turn it down and crank it up slowly then. Got a little vibration. See if we can go past it. No, we're not going to go past it. So we'll slow back down. That's at 500 right there. We'll get it started and then we can probably turn it up here in just a minute. I'm just starting out with some fairly light cutting. I don't want to get too heavy, especially out here on the very edges. The weak spot is that stem. The soft wood anyway, and that stem gets pretty thin at the base. This is one time. So after I get started on the corner, I will go straight across, get a good flat bottom. That way I can mark for my mortise. I'm going to use a mortise on this one instead of a tenon. It's probably flat enough. I've already gotten my caliper set for the outside of my 50 millimeter jaws. Left leg only. I know you can't see that, but
Yeah, we can see it.
now you can.
See it better now. Now you can
Yeah,
see it better.
yeah. So we're going to do a mortise there. And I'm going to start my mortise with my parting tool. And I know we've explained it here several times, that it, whether it's a mortise or a tenon, it doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be shaped properly, sized properly, shaped properly. So I'm going to get the inside of this real nice and cleared out. Then I'm going to grab my half-inch my half-inch skew. I'm going to slightly dovetail that. Doesn't take a whole lot, just a little bit. If this is, let me turn that off and yeah, that's 1/8 of an inch. I want to clean that up just a little more. So I'll do that with my bowl gouge. Coming back to the outside. Okay, I don't want to mess up my dovetail there, so get this out of the way real quick. I'll just give that a quick sand. I'm going to start with 180. You'll see why here in just a second. Why I want to sand it now. I'll come back and do my bottom T totally separate. But this time I want to go ahead and do it. Since I've already got my sandpaper in my hand, I'll go on up from 180, 240. Then I pulled out a piece of 320 the other day and just happened to have it still. I typically stop at 240 if I'm going to use my abrasive paste, but we'll go ahead and use it tonight. Don't know if I use abrasive paste on it or not. Now, let's see. I think I've got my phone already queued up. Yes, I do. Let's see. Let me put my shamrock straight up and down. I'm going to go ahead and fix my logo in here. Holy moly. That's not good. That's too big. Way too big. Oh, I know why. You got to put, I use a laser pecker, and it's only got a 20 centimeter focal length. I had not brought that up yet. There we go. 20 centimeters. Now it'll look right. Just the height of it. And I just want to go ahead and do this now so that I don't have to come back to it. Plus, some people just like to see how it works. I'm looking away from it. I'm looking toward my computer screen, which is off to the right.
Quick question, Doug. Do you adjust the height of the image? Are you adjusting it with the programming?
In the programming, yes. I didn't have to touch the laser at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
In fact, with this particular laser, if I were to push on this in any direction, it cuts it off and I have to kind of start over. It's almost like a reset. So this is a pretty neat way of doing things. And they give you don't have infinite vertical and horizontal adjustment in the program, but you've got enough. I've never come across a situation if I was anywhere in line, anywhere close to being in line, that it was a problem.
Gotcha. Thank you.
normally what I do is I burn my logo in, which is what we're doing now. Then once that's done, I go out and come back with a text box and I'll put in the um, kind of wood and then the month and year. I've had customers in the store pick up a piece. Oh, you put serial numbers on all your pieces. No, I don't. I put it, that's a date code. And it's all it is the month and the year. 2 digits for each. So a 4-digit number. This piece will have 0226 on it. Same as the heart. It's got 0226 on it as well. Okay. It's about 2/3 done. There's also some adjustment or there's a lot of adjustment on the size of what you're putting in. Even at 20 centimeters, it will burn up to a 4-inch design. This is 1-inch, which is what I typically do my logo at. Then depending on what the wood and date look like, sometimes I'll do them a little smaller, like 21, 22 millimeters instead of 25. And you see the end of my dust collection tube right there. Most of the time I'll go ahead and turn my dust collector on and it draws the smoke right out of the way.
Yeah, I was going to ask how bad the smoke is.
Not bad. You can see what it is, but it's just that quick. It's done. But the smoke is not bad, especially if all you're doing is a logo or your name or what have you. And what I can do then is come back with my 320. Just hit that real quick, and that takes a little bit of char off the surface. That's all it takes. And as far as I'm concerned, that recess is done. Done. Now I can move that back out of my way. Bring my tool rest back up. We can get back to having some fun turning. All right. Get a little speed back in here. That's up to 800 now. It's turning pretty well. Let's see. I want to make a mark here. I want to mark my foot where I want my foot to be at. I think I'm going to put the outside of my foot right about there. Yeah, that's going to work nicely. Didn't quite meet the two ends, but that's close enough. I can see it and I know where I'm going. I like to keep my handle low. And that gives me the best opportunity for a nice shearing cut. A little too deep out on this wing. I'm also looking over here at the shadow line to see how thick the edge is, which I got plenty of wood with this particular length. That heart bowl that I turned yesterday, that started out as a 3/4 inch piece of pine. Used to be a chopping board. Yeah, more like a cutting board. Cutting board, not a chopping board. All right. There it is. Just wondering what I did with my. I go to the top, you can kind of see the shape that I've got on it at this point. Kind of hard to see with those wings flopping around like that. While I'm here, let me go ahead and come back in here. We're going to kind of round this over, make a bit of a bead out of it, which means we come around on this side and do basically the same thing. As Dane said, you know, we've all got ways of doing things. One thing I've discovered, and most of y'all have as well, there's more than one way to get something done.
That's right.
So you don't offend me by saying, why didn't you do this? You know, 'cause, you know, I did it this way because this is my way. Yeah, I'm looking straight down the bottom here and I see there's a little unevenness to my foot. There we go. Get a nice cut from the outer edge to inner edge. I think I'm happy with that shape on the bottom. We'll thin it out here in just a moment when we turn it around. We'll slow it down, sand it just a little bit. And I'm going to turn this vac system on. If it gets too loud, Dane, let me know and I'll mute myself.
Yeah, no problem. Zoom will muffle it out. We won't hear it.
Yeah, it usually does.
Yeah, it's all good.
For that matter, the Jabra headset muffles it as well. Let me get, here we go. This is my Captain Eddie special sander. When Eddie announced that he was going to get out of the tool business, including the magnets and sleeves for these inertia sanders, I bought 3 or 4 sets, and they're still sitting over there in the envelope he sent them to me in. They were meant to be Christmas gifts, and I think 1 or 2 of them might be Christmas gifts. The rest I'm going to make into tools for myself. I'm just that stingy.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I like
We're all
this one
like
so
that.
much. Yeah, I like this one so much. Um, I want to make at least one more for myself. It's on an angle instead of straight. This one is just
Right.
straight, which has served me well, and it did what I wanted it to do. But I want an angle one as well.
And I'm sure there's some directions on how to make one of those on our website as well.
Probably. And if there's not, it's so simple. If you get your bronze, you want a bronze bushing that's just bigger than this is just a regular sanding mandrel. You want a bronze bushing is just bigger than that. So this slips in it very easily. And you can find um, the magnetic bearings online, just a round ball bearing. It's slightly larger than the bronze bushing. So you drill your hole, you put the bronze bushing in. Excuse me, you drill your hole, put the magnet in, then your bronze bushing, and you're done. You glue it all together. It really is that simple. The nice thing about Eddie selling them was that it was all in one place. I'm just getting right up against my little foot there by hand. My handle is no big deal. It was a piece of mesquite that I cut off of something else. Golly, it's been several years ago now, but it makes a super good handle. Okay, that's enough sanding. Turn everything off.
Captain Eddie has a video on how to make that sander, and on one end it's straight, on the other end it's at an angle.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's a great video too, and he explains it so awfully well. If I'm not mistaken, he tells you the manufacturer of the bearings in that video. So there we go. There it is. Okay. Close those jaws down. Then I can expand into my recess. Now, those of you who remember when JJ showed using CA glue for glue blocks, he had some issues. Those were not his issues. They were issues with the wood he had. It really does work as easy as he said it did. I put the bevel toward the glue block away from my workpiece. Let's see if I change views, you can see what I'm doing. You know, sometimes I don't think it's the turner that has demoitis. I think it's the equipment. Anyway, I put the bevel out. Again, it's toward the glue block. The flat side is against my workpiece. One quick wrap, maybe three, pops right off. I happen to still have the paper on, so the paper came loose, but I'll sand that off on my disc sander and I'll use it again. I've used that, like I said, it's over 15 times I've used it, I'm sure. Okay. Bring that up, get that out of my way. Gonna keep that block of wood handy though, because the mouse seems to work okay with it. That's close, but that's clear of everything. Like I said before, this is right here is the weak spot. This particular clip art had a little bit wider neck down here at the bottom of the stem. So we should not have any problems. But if we do, we'll chalk it up to demoitis. All right, we're able to get more speed now. We're up to 1600 RPMs. It is a lot of air, so you want to keep your hands and fingers on your side of the tool rest. You don't want to cross that line. It will, as they say, leave a mark. Don't ask me how I know. All right, now that I've got a fairly flat face, I'm going to start working just a little bit at a time out here. Because I'm going to go down, I'm not going to go paper thin, but I'm going to go fairly thin on it. This wood is dry. And it's interesting. This project lends itself to some later embellishment of all sorts. You saw my heart a while ago. I embellished it with some red dye from Salisbury Crafts. Even though those are water-based dyes or stains, whatever you want to call them, they are vibrant. I want to go a bit thinner than that. Let you see what I got. Well, it just changed all by itself. No, it didn't. Okay, you can see what I got there. That's, what is that, quarter of an inch maybe? Yep, right at it. My calibrated eyeball's getting better, I think. So we'll go back, take that down just a little more. I'm not going to take it paper thin by any means, but I do want it thinner than a quarter. That might be thin enough right there, just that one extra cut. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Let's work our way down another inch or so. This cypress is a soft wood. So when I'm just doing bulk removal, it's fine, but when you get to the fine stuff, you really need to slow down, take your time. I'm going to go just a little bit further, then I'm going to come back and sand all of these wings before they get too flimsy. In fact, I think I'm going to do something I probably shouldn't do. Do a shear scrape on this very lightly. Very lightly. Oh yeah, that made a good bit of difference. Still got a good bit of sanding to do. Let's do one more batch of cuts here, and then we'll sand. This will get us past all those cutouts, I think. Make sure I'm not getting thicker as we go. I am getting thicker. Got to come back and thin the lower section down. All right, I think we're past the cuts now, and it ought to be Got a little chatter on that wing. In fact, I got it most all the wings. We're right at the bottom of those cuts. Let me grab my drill and we'll sand those up real quick. They don't take long with the sander. These are like most projects of this nature. They you just got to take some time and get the work done. It's you can't speed it up too much. Get this out of my way. It's there now. It's out of my way. Lock my headstock so it doesn't spin out on me. Now I'm feeling to make sure I'm even there and I don't have any tool marks that are still in there. There's still a good number here. Everybody understands why I'm doing this with the stationary, right? Sanding this with these wings, these leaves, and the stem while that's spinning can be done, but it's very difficult. I can get a better job quicker. Yep. Well, okay. Phew. Just my sandpaper. I thought rip something off the piece there. We'll skip to 120 because it does not have Velcro on the back. Go to 180, which is too high a jump, but it worked.
Your sander was telling you to change paper.
I'm sorry, what?
I said your sander was telling you to change the paper.
Said, I'm done. Time to go.
Yeah, move up. Yeah, so if you had the lathe powered and you were trying to power sand there, you'd be making flat spots on the sides of the shamrocks.
You very well could. Very well could. You could also tear your sanding pad up. You could tear the
Yep.
shamrock up. Um, this is just safer. And it's really, with this wood, it's just as quick. I think that's a bad place in the wood right there that I'm trying to get. Okay, that's all the way around with that grit. And I'll do all these edges by hand at the end because they'll be thinner at that point and real easy to do. I got some of the outside curves on my disc sander when I cut it out. So they're not so bad, but it's these inner parts that I could not get to with the sanding disc. Somebody sent me a message the other day. He said, what do you mean by the sanding disc? It's a 10 or 12-inch sanding disc on the shop smith. Got a permanent home there. Um, my shop smith pretty well stays in one configuration with the jigsaw and the sanding disc hooked up all the time. It doesn't take too awful long to go through the sanding process. Um, Unlike everybody else, I really don't like sanding. But it's one of those things, if you don't sand, if you don't take your time sanding, you regret it at the end.
Right. Put in the time to turn it, at least get a good finish.
Yeah, yeah. And some woods just don't turn smoothly. Um, Cypress is one of those. Doesn't matter how sharp I get my tool, how much I'm concentrating on slicing and not gouging. Um, I just can't get it to come out smooth. So sanding it is, and it sands pretty easy if I just go through it and take my time. And it takes a little longer if I go back and I find a spot. I'll go back and get it done while I'm at it. And I've got that wing right there's got a couple of spots on it that I want to get before we go on. All right, extract everything. I think we're okay now. Still got that mark that was in the wood. Maybe a bug hole. Yeah, I think we're okay for now. All right, let's go on. We'll get that out of the way. Let's work our way on down to the center here. Well, it'd be helpful to have a tool rest, wouldn't it? Somebody was about to remind me, weren't you?
Yes, I was close, but I knew you were
I
just waiting. You were just waiting. You're
was
seeing who
testing
was
you.
paying attention. Seeing who was paying attention.
That's it.
There's a few people asleep. They fell asleep. They fell asleep before the demo.
Yeah, yeah. Can't imagine who that might have been. About this point, I typically start slowing down, making these practice cuts. Heard somebody the other day, well-known turner, can't remember who it was now, but they're well-known. He said, I don't have time to practice. If you're turning, you got time to practice.
That's one way to say it, right?
Yeah. Well, this, to me, these last 6 to 12 cuts, taking the bulk out, those should be practice for your last cut. In
Well, that's
fact,
what I say. Your finishing cut should be every cut anyhow. That way
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
finishing cut's never your
Right.
last cut. Then
In
you're
fact,
not scared to
yeah.
make that last cut.
When I've taken 2 lessons in my life. No, that's a lie. I've taken 4. But I was in my second lesson, and the guy said, when you're at this point of a bowl, and you can see there's just a little bit of the center left, he said, go ahead and sharpen up while you still got a couple of cuts to make. That way, your first one can be practiced with the new edge,
Yep.
and you can break that burr, and then your last cut can be your final one and be perfect. In fact, I'm going to move my tool rest, get it a little closer. Make sure my leaves aren't hitting anything, but getting closer to the center so that my tool rest is want my tool rest to be as close to the center as I can without the wings hitting. And then before we say this is the final cut, we're going to do one more thing. Now I've tried real hard to keep this as keep the bottom of this as a curved shape. Move all my chuck keys. I want to get this piece down. Goes that way. Up against my headstock. And then this piece, I push it till this dowel goes up against the bottom of my bowl. I look down here between the two to see what the gap is. This edge of this back of the brown, dark brown piece is in line with the end of my jaws. I know that because I dropped a square down. I've got 1/2 inch from the bottom of my peak. No, wait a minute. I went to the tip forward. There we go. I've got quarter inch between the base of this piece and this measuring piece. So I've got a quarter inch from the bottom of my bowl to the face of my jaws. It doesn't matter how thick the wood is. I know, well, it tells me I've got a quarter inch of wood because that's the distance between the face of this and the face of my jaws. So I know exactly where my bottom is. That is, in my way of thinking, that's better than any depth gauge that you can come up with because I know
And
exactly
so
what I
with
got.
and so with that, Doug,
Yeah,
could you take some could you take some pictures of that and show how you measure and do a write up for the newsletter for tips
sure,
and tricks?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
it'd
shared.
be be a good one for the newsletter.
Yeah, I have actually shared that on tips and tricks before, but it's been quite a while. I do
Yeah.
have a lump right here, a ridge that goes all the way around. So I'm going to take my bowl gouge and just clean that up real gently, not trying to go any deeper. In fact, I'm going to fade out, get thinner and thinner as I go. Perfect. Yeah, I shared that quite a while ago. But yes, I'll be glad to write that up and take a few pictures. Very
Okay.
simple jig to make up. All mine was 100% scrap, and so you can do the same thing. It's all one by scrap and a small piece of dowel. There it is. Couldn't find my inertia sander. Actually, I'm not going to use my inertia sander. I'm going to use my drill because that's the inside, and the inside just gets so stinking slow there at the very bottom. Oh, I left out one of my pieces a while ago. Or did I? I did. Okay. Again, I'm going to turn on my dust collector. Now I am sanding on the far side because it's coming up and my drill is going down. And I'm also tipping the bottom out so that as this comes up, I'm only sanding with the trailing edge of my sandpaper. That's how I'm getting away with it on the inside. All right. Oh, no. What did I do with my sandpaper? I sat it down and can't find it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
I
it
know
is.
I'm the only one that does that though, right?
No, you have to be the only one. I don't do that. I've never heard anybody else say that.
Right, right.
Is it on
I
your
do
That
it all
headstock?
the time, Doug.
That was the first place I looked was the headstock. Nope, that's not it. That's got to be it. Yeah. Oh, it's in the floor. I see it now. No matter. It was all
yeah,
used already anyway.
it'll
Time to
be there
change
tomorrow.
out. Yeah, yeah.
Fresh sandpaper always works best.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Fresh sandpaper always works better anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fresh is always better. Now, I did leave my speed up on this, primarily because of all those open gaps. When you got gaps, speed is, to a certain point, speed is your friend. See what we got. I think I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm going to turn the scent dust collector off. Then I'm going to come back with my 120 and hit these. I see my back sides need a little more sanding too. Just like a few weeks ago when we talked about um, how to take a rugged old piece of wood and prepare it for turning. We came up with that one piece that I was showing as an example. We came up with half a dozen different ways of prepping that real quick. And it's the same way with turning this kind of thing. I'm sure we can come up with several things, several ways of doing it that might make good sense. Then again, what might make good sense to me may not make good sense to you, and vice versa. What makes good sense to you may not make sense at all to me. And that's okay. It's when we get militant about it. I thought we broke something. That's just the flex in the wood. So I do need to be careful sanding. I'm glad I'm done for the most part. I think I stayed away from this type of project for a long, long time because there is hand sanding involved, and I couldn't figure out how to do it mechanically. Um, but when you get down below a quarter inch, it really doesn't take all that much hand sanding, as you can see. A little bit right there in the very bottom.
I saw a guy do a trick with gluing his sandpaper to a popsicle stick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one way of getting little crevices and stuff done. I guess it would help on this even. There's one
I
little
know.
quarter-inch spot right there of that broken out piece. So I'll just sand it off, make it nice and smooth.
Doug, does your indexing wheel have an automatic lock, or are you pulling it to lock it?
I'm pulling it to let it to release it.
Okay, it
and
just
then
looks like it's doing it automatically. I'm like, whoa, that's a nice indexing wheel.
it would be nice. No, I pull
Yeah.
it out. It's on a spring, and so I pull
Okay.
it out to release it. And when I want to, let me get this so you could see it right there, maybe. When I want it to freewheel, I pull it out. You can't see it because my hand's in the way. I pull it out and turn it, and then
Ah,
there's another hole over here that just barely holds the pin. Pin's on the outside, so that
okay.
holds it. So now it's free. If
Ah,
I pull it out and twist it toward me, there it's
Yeah, it
popped
locks.
in to lock.
that's nice. That's nice.
It's a pretty good system. It's not a true spindle lock. It's an indexing pin, but it works. So I'll probably, well, in fact, when I changed this motor out to give it the to to put this, well, you can't see it, to put my electronic speed control on it, I had to change out the motor, which meant pulling everything out. I did not have to change the indexing at all, but when I pulled the motor out and all the pulleys that are inside, pulled them out, I could see that pin in there, and the pin is worn. I've only had this lathe for 20 years. The 1624 had just come out when I got it. So, yeah, I've had it a long time. I've had it so long, my serial number is only 4 digits.
Yeah.
Hit these back sides real quick while I'm here and thinking about it. If we got time, I'd like to do one more thing with it before we
Oh, you
close.
got plenty of time, Doug. Plenty of
Okay.
time. Don't rush.
I've got one more little thing I'd like to do with this just to give you all an idea. Now, one of those ring shanks is still there. Ring shanks, ring shakes. Now, that one doesn't need it. Thank goodness. Yeah, I think we're okay, at least for this portion of it anyway. All right, get this. I like to go ahead and take my sandpaper off the pad as well, just because um, I never know what I'm going to use it for next, and if I need a fresh piece or what. So I just go ahead and take it off, and that way I don't waste any sandpaper either. I do try to live by the adage of
Cheapest part of turning.
well, use sandpaper like somebody else has paid for it.
Yep.
That right there is what I'm looking for.
Yep.
I go through some sandpaper. I've had people say, "Oh, you could use that sandpaper 3 or 4 more times." No, not really. Let me make sure everything is
Nope.
okay. More sandpaper on the floor. I live by that adage too. This is what I wanted to do. It's going to be a shamrock. Let's make it green.
What kind of dye are you using?
This
Yeah,
is a
what is that?
water-based.
That is a great color. What is that?
This is green, just the basic green from Salisbury Crafts. He is in Australia. He came up with this, wanting to make a marker basically for children, which he did a great job with. And I am right now wishing I had to put a glove on. It soaked right through into my.
That's what we all say after it soaks through.
After it's too late, but it is water-based, so it will wash off. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I voted.
It's the luck of the Irish, Doug.
That's it. That's it. Um, anyway, water-based colors, um, totally non-toxic, washable. Um, so I'm working with him trying to get a shipper to the U.S. Hopefully we can get that done soon. He had it all worked out, and the company went into what they call in Australia administration or administratorship. Basically, they went bankrupt. So he's looking for a new shipper that won't cost an arm and leg. That's got to be, it is. That's a week from one of those ring shakes. Shakes. Spit the word out here in a minute. There, that's better. I was showing this stuff to my dad, and he says, I was at his house in his shop using his lathe. He says, you don't worry about that stuff getting on your lathe and on your chuck? I said, Dad, no, I don't. It'll wash.
Doug, does it come in that spray bottle?
It comes in that bottle. The sprayer on top is an extra piece.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Which, yeah, I'm with you. I love the spray bottle. It works so nicely. Okay. You see what I'm after here. I'm just getting a shamrock, and I did not put any black. I could have put the black on first, sanded it back, but I really didn't want to do that. But that's exactly how I got. Make sure I got green off my fingers. Then I can pick this other one up. That's how I got this red. That's just straight out of the bottle. And it is a vibrant red. For a water base, that's pretty amazing. Usually you have to go to an alcohol base to do that. But there you have it, folks. I will, this will dry completely. I've got to decide. I probably won't do anything else with it because it has a crack. It goes right across here, which is too bad. It's ring shake. There's in the cypress. This tree was full of it. Every piece I've picked up has had that ring shake in it. So I was hoping to get away with it. I thought I had, but it's got one. Like I said, it goes from right through there.
You're a brave man for turning it in spite of seeing the ring shake, man. That's
Well, like I said, I thought we were going to get past it, and we did get past the one I was looking at. This is a different one. So
I've actually I have thrown away pieces of American chestnut because the ring shake was so bad.
Yes,
Broke
yes.
my heart.
Every once in a while, you find a tree that when it has been felled, whether it's in a storm or sometimes it's just a tree that was landed on hard ground, or sometimes it's just because it's been in a lot of wind. It causes those cracks to go right along the grain. Those streaks are all grain. That's what you're seeing there. It brought the grain out, even that green. So pretty stuff. But anyway, there you have it. There's your shamrock turned. People say, "Oh, you can't do that." Yes, you can. With this, it just takes a little patience to let your tool do the work and not try to force anything. If you force it, your tool is going to get in between here, and you'll break that off in a heartbeat, or break your tool, one or the other.
Doug, what put on there?
Hey, Doug, is,
Wait a minute,
is
wait a
okay?
minute, wait a minute. Sue was in the middle of something here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Say, Doug, what do you put on there to make it permanent after it dries?
Good question. What I would do if I was going to finish this completely out, what I would do, I'd have it coated front and back if I wanted to do the back. And then once it's completely dry, probably give it like overnight or 12 hours or something, a good sanding sealer over the top of that.
Okay.
And then whatever finish I wanted to do, whether I wanted to do abrasive paste and wax or lacquer or, a clear enamel, whatever I wanted to use. But sanding sealer on top of this would make it semi-permanent.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, well, I'll tell you this too. Even with sanding sealer, if I went back on top of this with abrasive paste after a sanding sealer, my paper towel would come off green. I can guarantee it.
Okay.
But it's not enough. You'd never see it on here. You'd not notice the difference on here. Don't ask
What
me
kind of
how that
stain was
works.
that?
This is called Salisbury Crafts. Right now, there is not a distributor in the US. We're working on that. I'm trying to work with Jay on getting that taken care of. You might be able to order it out of England. Um, I think there's somebody in Canada. I don't know who these folks are. But like I said, I'm working with him. We're trying to get a distributor here in the US. I may have more news for you on that. I know I'll have news for you come level up. But before then, I may or may not, and I'll let y'all know here at Wood Wide World Turners if I find out anything about it.
Could I ask a question, Doug?
Yeah, Al, what's up?
Uh, okay, I mean, yeah, we all know you, and you're a really good turner. But you know what was like really, I have to ask you is now the piece was at least what 2 inches thick.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, what did you use to cut that and make that shape?
Bandsaw.
What kind of blade? What kind of blade? Now, I understood how your pattern was, but I mean, I have a 4 horsepower bandsaw here, and I mean, so I mean, you had like what, a 1/4 inch blade?
1/4 inch blade, yes. 1/4 inch.
Okay.
I think it was 6 teeth per inch. I don't remember what the set on it is. It's a Steerit blade. They're not expensive blades. In fact, I like the Steerits much better than the Timberwolf blades that everybody just rants and raves about that cost almost 3 times as much as the Steerit blades.
Yeah, that I mean, just the cutout alone. I mean, when I saw at least 2 inches, that was
Yeah.
you know what? Even a 1/4 inch blade, that's some work for that blade and
Well,
that saw.
again, just like with turning it, Al, let the blade do the work. It's
Yeah,
not
right,
something you
right,
zip,
right,
zip,
right,
zip and
right,
you're
right.
done. This probably
No,
took
no, right.
me 10 minutes or so to cut it out with the bandsaw. And I was taking my
Mm-hmm.
time partly because of that, but also I wanted these edges to be as smooth as they could be straight off the saw, so I didn't have to do as much sanding.
Right, right. Yeah. Hey, very enjoyable, Doug. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, you're welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, when you first started, what kind of a radius and how far did you come up on the back of the bowl? Did you come to the center of your 2 inch stock, or did it a little bit further than the center? You know what I'm talking about?
To do the recess?
Well, say from your foot up to the outside edge of your clover there. Um, how big of a radius and how far did you come up this on the stock? When you first started out with the, say, I don't know how thick it was, whether it was an inch and
Yeah.
a half or 2 inches,
I
from
just
your foot to the outside radius, how
yeah.
far did
I just
you?
barely I did my recess. I barely faced this off just so I got a nice smooth surface. And
Okay.
then
Okay, so from your foot, how much of a radius did you come out to the outside edge on your stock?
yeah, I'm measuring now to see what I ended up with. I ended up at 1 inch and about 9/16 from the base to the top. So if that tells you what you're looking for.
Yep.
So I cut, I cut a good 3/4 of an inch off the top altogether.
Okay.
But that was to my taste. Um, I did my recess, got my foot together, and I made this curve what was
Mm-hmm.
pleasing to my eye. Then I turned it around, and I had this edge was a 1/2 to 3/4 inch thick when I got done, and I just took it down to where I liked it. I started, working it down, and I just did inch by inch because I knew these edges would get flexible as I cut. So, as I got them thinner, they were going to get flexible.
Okay, thank you. Great job.
That looks darker on that camera, doesn't it? But that's that bright, still that bright green. Just the camera.
Nice demo, Doug. Thank you.
Let me tell you, I just thought of something else I could do. This is flexible enough where that crack is.
Yeah.
I can pull it open, get some CA down in there, some 3406, and then push it back down, hold it for about 60 seconds, and that may be salvageable.
Yeah.
But and before I finish it, before I put any wax, I will come back and put Cypress 0226 on there below my logo. And by the way, part of doing that was to kind of rub it in Dane's face. Get your laser pecker out, Dane, and start working with it.
Yeah, Dane.
Anyway,
Muted, Dane.
anything
Can't hear you,
else?
Dane.
Oh, is he
He's,
Billy Aiken?
he's
Oh, I'm
mouthing off
muted.
to you.
A lot. It worked, Doug, because a lot of people had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My wife says that's so
including
cool, but I
myself.
wish they changed the name. I wish they changed the name too, but that's beside the point.
Right.
So
Now,
I've got my April Fool's piece ready. I'm ready for April Fools.
there you
There
go.
you go.
A bit to the eye of the rogue.
So
Nice job, Doug.
yeah. So I know when I turn irregular shapes, and after I cut them out on the bandsaw,
Uh-huh.
I always sand the block to make sure all the surfaces are nice and fine while it's big before I put it on and turn it. So that's an
Mm-hmm.
option also.
Absolutely. And like I said, the only reason I don't do that is because it's a whole lot less sanding if you wait till it's
True.
that thick. My
True.
sanding's a whole lot easier when it's 1/4 inch thick or less than it is when it's 2 inches. But yes, I've done what you're talking about. The first heart
Yeah.
bowl that I did, I sanded it before I turned it. And that's when I decided I won't do that again.
But it depends, well, and again, it depends upon on the cut from the bandsaw
Yes,
too. So, but
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
You
I hear you.
y'all can probably see how that dye is starting to dry toward the center
Yep.
now. It's drying quite nicely. It doesn't take a long time to dry. And if I could leave this on the lathe and prop my hair dryer up on it. I was saying yesterday the only use I have for a hair dryer at all is to dry stuff on the lathe, whether it's glue or paint or stain or what have you, dye. Um, yeah, I can prop that thing up and blow right dead center on this real easy. Just walk off and do something else for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it works just fine.
Right.
So when you put the glue block on
Uh-huh.
was that in the middle of the uncut blank, or was
Yes.
that okay?
Yeah. I had my diagram on the face on the top side, and I could kind of gauge where the center where I wanted the center to be. I set
Okay.
it on there, adjusted it, and I even measured from side to side and made sure I was pretty well centered. And then I held it down with my left hand, drew a circle around with my right hand while I was holding it. And then I could take it off and I could put it right back in there in that circle. So I put the glue on the wood. This particular case, I put it on the paper
Got it.
and then put my accelerator on the glue block and then very carefully set my glue block right dead in the center of that circle.
What did you what kind of adhesive did you do for your pattern?
Spray adhesive.
Okay.
So, there's several brands out there. I think mine happens to be the 3M. It doesn't matter. Any spray adhesive works very, very well. And that was just printer paper. No big deal. In fact, with the other heart bulb, the 3-dimensional heart bulb box, as the guy made it into on the video that Al was referring to, he said that printer paper was the best. It's the toughest, but still separates when you're gluing those pieces together and want to separate them. He says use printer paper. That's the best to use because it's got enough body to it, it holds together. It won't come flying apart on you. He had several when he was first experimenting that flew apart on him. And eventually he tried printer paper, and that seemed to work the best. So,
Okay, that's good to know.
yeah, just food for thought. Go fall asleep, Brenda.
She's sleeping again.
Brenda was attentive all evening.
Yeah, yeah. She just looked like her head was about to nod off there.
I am getting tired, but I'm not sleeping.
There you go. Any
good.
other questions
All right.
before I'll just let it go? I mean,
Hey,
Doug,
outstanding demo, Doug.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us into your shop and putting on a wonderful demonstration tonight.
you are
I'm sure
so
there's
welcome.
going to be a lot of people that are going to emulate this in the coming weeks.
Sure.
You know,
Feel free to send me
we
an
all
email or a
appreciate it.
text if you need to.
Well,
Right on.
it
So
was
if
an enjoyable
anybody else
evening,
has any
Doug.
other questions, Al, go ahead.
No, just saying, it was just a very enjoyable evening, Doug. Thanks a lot, man.
Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Well, outstanding.
Yep,
So with
great
that,
job.
do we have any new members tonight that would like to self-identify? Or one individual has left us already, Mr. Mark Steven Andranas. He's no longer here with us, but I see there's a new Brenda in this evening. And she's already gone. Okay, guess we just popped in for the demo. Anybody else that is new, let us know here in the chat, and I would like to bring you up and find out how you found out about us. If not, we will carry on with gallery. Matt, take us away with gallery.
All right. Well, I only have one person left on the list, and it's James. So we're going to go to him next. Hey, James.
Hey, James.
All right, I've got two items. This is a little potpourri bowl I made this week.
Very cool.
Thank you. Lid comes off.
Is that oak?
Live oak.
Live oak.
Yeah.
What's your finish?
Right now that is Dr. Kirk's. And
What'd you
some
put in that
lacquer
crack?
spray.
Seen something in that crack. What'd you put in that crack?
This one is pink sand. I found it online in little squeeze bottles. I think I've got about 20 different colors.
How did you put that in? Did you use CA glue or?
Yes. A little bit of
Okay.
CA in there, then some sand and some more CA on top. And I built up the layers because some of these
Okay.
cracks are pretty deep.
And it's not
I've
like
got
a
another
sand
one
sand.
here that it's got a dark blue on it. This bowl isn't finished. I ran into a problem with it today. I got a little bit too thin on the bottom. So I have to make an insert for it for tomorrow.
That'll buff out.
Another proud Funnel Club member. Thank you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Big smile on your face. Real big smile on your face.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but it's got a
James.
real dark blue on it. If you look on Amazon for that sand, it's pretty cheap. You get a lot of it.
So
People
riddle me
will
this,
fill
James.
a lot of cracks.
Is it actual sand?
Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
All right. So that means it's quartz. So that means it'll be hard on the tools, right?
Yeah, but I don't use that much of it.
Okay.
I do use a lot of sandpaper on it.
Good to know. Okay, thanks.
All right. That's all I've got. Just remember, don't go too thin.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for
Right.
showing that, Jeff. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. I see that Joaquin just came in and he had something from last week. So let's go to Joaquin and see if he's got that piece to show us. Hey, Joaquin.
You got
Hey,
me my
Joaquin.
mouth full.
Yeah.
Yeah, our club is having a box challenge this weekend. And so I've been working on some boxes. And this is an old one, a Barbadil style of a twisted box. Yeah. And so
Three-sided,
what
very
I was
nice.
worried about on this one is matching the grain. because it's got so much grain in it. So I put a sleeve in there, so I wouldn't have to use part of the box as it's a mesquite sleeve as the lid ring. And so
Right.
I just maybe have a good match on my grain on this box here.
Very
Very
nice.
That
cool.
looks good, Joaquin.
Cutting out 3/8.
Geez, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, there's a way of thinking of something else to do besides segmenting. make something crazy like that.
And then this is a threaded mesquite box with the elm burl inlay. I was really surprised how good it come out. As far as see, no, I haven't got anything inside that. But when I screw it together, it likes just a little bit matching, but I can tighten it right up and it's right on there. Talk about being lucky.
Oh, that's
Nothing
nice.
but luck.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice job, Joaquin.
And it's something new. This is a piston in a box. This is sandalwood from Hawaii, a friend gave me. And but I made a toothpick holder out of it.
Oh, there you go, Brenda.
Different. Oh, hey.
Yep. It won't fall out in that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so let's see. Let me show you something.
Hey, Joaquin, back on your toothpick holder, how did you cut the hole for the toothpicks? Use a hole saw?
No, I didn't.
My question is, well, how did you hollow it out from is it two pieces?
No, it started out as one piece, like so. So I turned the two pieces separate. And the plug up, so I put a plug in here, and that plug is angled up just a little bit on the bottom so that the toothpicks will fall forward.
How'd you cut the hole?
So this is thicker
Right,
on the back than it is on the front. Now this hole, I say this is a block of wood, put sandpaper on it, and I just sanded it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But my question is,
I was making it
how
too
did
hard.
you get?
Say what?
Good, Dan.
Go ahead, Al.
How did you get the depth of the cylinder where you were putting the toothpicks in? How did you get the depth?
Well,
this, and then put a plug on the bottom.
Okay. This was open on this end. Okay. On this end, it's open.
Okay.
There. So, but I put a plug in there. It's wedged like this. So when you pick this up, the toothpicks automatically fall forward.
Okay. So when you said when you put a wedge in there, okay. So you had it hollowed. You drilled from the bottom first.
Yes.
Or okay. That's why I'm sorry I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This was the tenon was here. I finished this last. Okay.
Right.
And just parted it off here and sanded it. So this, I don't know if y'all have seen this, Turn 50 Box Designs by Chris Scott. So I went through this. See this little blast box there?
Yep.
I had to turn it. And so I got it turned. And so it was sitting on the kitchen counter. And Louise and her sister were in there talking. And so I went in there picking on them. Hey, y'all want a drink? I got a flask here. And they went, oh, we thought that was a perfume bottle. But this is pecan and Perdue. I haven't finished and glued it together yet. So it's really fun to hollow out. Yeah.
Hey, Joaquin, you're the second one tonight.
Yeah,
Flask.
made just like the one Dane made.
Dane made one?
Yeah, great big one.
Well, let me see. Put yourself on there.
No mistaking that for a perfume bottle.
That is cool. Can you
I don't know.
actually use
I
it?
know some people who use perfume in that kind of quantity. So
Can you
That's
use it as liquid, Dane?
not this one. It's too spalted.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use it. Because of that fact. But I went ahead. Once I got it, once I started turning it, the spalting showed itself, and I was like, it's my first project back. So
Dean,
I was
that
like,
would look
screw it.
real.
I'm
That
just
would
going to
look
keep.
real. Sorry.
They're really fun doing the hollowing on the thing.
Oh yeah, it's a piece of cake, as long as you can hollow. So, what was that, Scott?
That would look really awesome with a clock in the center of that.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was, some a couple other ideas that came out of it earlier in the chat. You could leave one of the medallions out, and then hang something down off your stopper.
Yeah.
You can put a light in there that would show. So there's a couple different options you could do with a flask turning like this. But it's all one piece. Except for the
I
two
was.
medallions.
I read where if you wanted to use liquid in it, you need to make it out of oak. I didn't realize
Yeah, you can do
oak
it
was
oak.
that waterproof.
oak isn't all that waterproof either.
So I've made them. So I've
You
made them
need
in the
white oak
past
is what you need.
out of mesquite.
White oak
And
is
the
close
mesquite
grain.
works. And the mesquite works great too.
And they use French oak for wine barrels.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's white oak, Howard?
Yeah, quarter sawn.
Yeah.
If you can get quarter sawn white oak.
Yeah, any close grain wood, white oak.
Yeah.
Maple. Osage orange.
Pecan.
If it's pecan, if it's close grain.
Yeah.
Straight grain, close grain hardwood. Yep.
If it's redwood, red oak, it'll just go right through it.
Yeah, it'll look like
that's true.
Yep.
Hey, Dane, I'm not familiar with mesquite. Would that impart any like smoky flavor to whatever spirit you're putting?
No.
Nah. No.
The
only way to get any flavors. And so what I do with my mesquite ones is I'll take my torch and I'll go inside and I'll char the inside, and then that'll impart a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, if you've ever had Longhorn bourbon, which is mesquite aged, it does put flavor in,
right?
And it's different than oak, but you've got to char it first.
Yeah,
right.
Very
but
cool.
just being mesquite wood, no, you're not going to get any flavor from anything.
I don't think you will.
No.
Well, I
100% you don't.
I do want to make one that will hold a liquid, a canteen or something.
Right.
We did those at a Jimmy Clues class I took in Calgary, and we did the little centerpieces on a bit of a taper so you could get them in tight. And then we couldn't get them out, and he said, "Well, just use a little air." Well, one of the people used a little air and just about took Jimmy out with the plug.
We got plenty of white oak around here. I just don't have any of it. It's dry. Yeah. And but that'll be my next project on it.
Yeah,
Very
fun to do. Fun to do.
I did mine out of cherry and lined it with pine pitch, and it actually holds water.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, thank you all very much.
Patrick's got some really cool canteens also, Joaquin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick,
I got it right here.
Say what, Dane? Oh, there
Patrick's got a cool.
You said that was made out of cherry?
Yes.
Yep.
The body is cherry, and it's lined with pine pitch, but it actually holds water.
Great embellishing, Patrick.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Patrick, why would you want water?
Well, that was just a test.
Yeah, because you don't want to put the good stuff in there. That's where you know for
and
sure.
have it leak out. Right.
Right.
The good stuff don't last long enough to be put in the canteen.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
He's not lying.
Howard's got something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey.
Oh, wow. Howard actually going to show something. Yay.
Am I
You woke
muted?
up.
No,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, I finally woke up, didn't I? Okay. I don't know if I showed this before or not. This elevated vase with a finial.
Oh my
And,
God.
I think I've seen that on Facebook for that. That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It can
That's cool.
it can hold a whole lot of white lightning.
Howard, what's your foot made out of? What's your stem and foot?
Okay, this is maple, dyed maple.
Nice.
And the stem here is privet.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
And,
very nice.
The finial is ebony.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can see it. Is that better? I'm real unhappy. I don't know where I was thinking when I made that finial. I had in mind since this is a big leaf maple burl, and it's got these points coming out, and I had points coming out, and that's what I ended up with on finial. Mm-hmm. And after I got done, I thought, what was I drinking when I was thinking about it?
No, Howard, that's exactly what I saw with that pointed finial. It mirrors the top of your piece.
It does. It does. That's exactly what I was saying. The same thing.
There, it's beautiful.
No, it's perfect.
Maybe I just overthought it or something. I don't know.
But, no,
hey, Howard,
that's perfect.
Howard, I'm with you. I'm with you, Howard.
Oh, you don't think it looks good?
Yeah,
it needs work, Howard.
I agree. I agree with you, Howard. I agree with you. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic finial. But
Howard, you can always give it and make you another one.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing it. I just hated to mess up this piece of ebony.
Right.
Ebony's real nice, and
what did you use to hollow the inside with that little hole like that?
I just had a hollowing tool.
From the bottom?
No, in here.
Only so you only went from the top?
Yeah, from here, because I had a tenon on this side.
Right.
And then when I got finished, I took that the tenon, I'd made it real small so that this could fit on it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
So,
sure, of course.
Yeah, I drew a hole in this to fit on that tenon on this.
Wow. The scale of that is absolutely impressive. The size that is absolutely 3 times the size of the same piece that I would turn. That is the massive scale. That is impressive. Absolutely.
Well, what happened is I had this block of big leaf maple, and it was rectangular, this long, this big. And I started turning it around, and this bottom part had cracks, and I kept getting it, trying to go smaller, maybe get under those cracks. And it was just crammed full of cracks all the way down to the center. And I was like, oh my. So I cut it off here and round it off. But anyway, you got to do what you got to do. I did,
That looks, that is just fantastic. And the scale, looking at a picture, you can't understand the scale. The size is incredible. That is fabulous.
I love it. It really is. Really nice.
That's a fantastic piece.
Because I had to cut this off, I had to make this proportional to this here,
Right.
It's just a matter of
Well done.
The color,
Well done.
the colors itself, it just pops it off. You can see the dark in the bowl part. So I mean, definitely have to make the stem where his right hand is the dark color, and that just pops it.
Yeah, this is just beautiful, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
yeah.
And
Spectacular piece,
I
Howard.
can see that I can see the new finial that's going to be made. It's going to carry the story from the bottom, and it's going to complete the story to the top. It's almost like that finial. That finial belongs on another piece to complete that story of that piece.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Howard,
It's not a bad finial at all. It's just not
No,
the
it's
right
it's not.
finial for that piece.
It's
I
not.
am not. I am not saying that at all. I'm just saying for me because I agree with Howard. He didn't. He said he's not happy with it, and I'm saying I agree with him. The finial doesn't complete the story of the piece. The story going up with the dimensions and the details that you have on the pedestal, it doesn't match the finial.
Howard,
Yes.
if I was to make a suggestion, and I'm not artistic, but I would turn the finial, if you're going to do another one out of the maple, and color it the same as you did at the base. Because right now you have 3 different kind of colors, and I think
Does it show up like that?
It does on my camera here, but
the ebony doesn't
I
match
agree. The ebony is different color than the maple at the bottom.
Right.
I agree. Yeah.
and the way you've colored that base just highlights that burl so nicely that I think it would do the same as a finial.
Oh, so you're saying make this out of privet or maple?
Yes, and
Right.
dye it the same as
Yeah.
you did at the base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
That would help
Part
for
of
sure.
completing the story from the bottom to the top. Yep.
Okay.
But who the hell am I? I don't even
That
know how to
is
turn. So.
that is absolutely gorgeous, Howard. That is
It is.
stunning.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
All right. Appreciate it.
If I
Thank
ever
you.
The home.
if I ever get to being able to turn stuff like you, Howard, somebody pat me on the back. I tell
Howard,
you.
We
if
will,
it needs
Dan.
a
We
home,
will.
I have an
I
address
mean,
for you.
thanks, Matt.
Somebody do it for Dane because we don't want to see him break his arm trying to do it himself. Okay.
Right? Thanks, Scott.
All
All
right.
right. Well, thanks, Howard. And we've got Glenn has got something. Hey, Glenn.
How's it
Glenn.
going? Well, like Joaquin was saying earlier, we have this challenge for this month is leaded boxes, and I believe I had shown this one a few weeks ago. This one, this is out of big leaf maple, and this one I tried to copy the one that was in Richard Raffin's book. He had a kind of a drawing of it.
Did a good job, Glenn.
And I tried going copying it the best I could, and I like the fit, and on the tenon, the way he shows in some of his on the tenon here, it instead of just going straight, he's kind of got like a curve to it. That way they can be a little looser, but with the air behind it, it will give you that kind of that snap fit. So, and I did this one. Then I did today. I did this one. Guess basically for Valentine's, a little ring box. It's a little bit of texturing on the inside of the lid and the inside, then the bottom, I did a little bit too. And this is about 2-inch diameter mesquite, about 1.5 inches tall, and then a little, some ebony little knob on it. And then, pardon?
I was going to make a joke and say, "Where's the ring?" Because it's for Valentine's Day.
Well, I don't have a Valentine's. So
okay, okay, okay.
My only Valentine, she moved to New Hampshire, so
okay.
My daughter, so she's fighting the snow right now. But
Yeah.
I'm planning on moving up there in a couple of years, so I'll have to start dealing with the snow instead of the Texas heat. So
yeah.
And then the other box I made this one. This one's out of Cocobolo, and
Nice.
and
Nice.
this one's threaded threaded
Oh
lid,
wow! Look at you, show off.
and so I had made my own threading jig, and
Okay.
so and it I enjoyed it, and I just barely I just barely closed it, and the line
Matches up.
matches up real easily.
You just mentioned that you made your own threading jig.
Yes.
Yep.
How did you do that?
A la Mark Chalet.
Well, I had seen one. It's similar to one I've seen Mike Peace demonstrate, and then Terry Reynolds in our club.
You're saying you're not using a threading tool?
No, I use on my bedways. I mounted a it's a I guess like a end mill. It's got the X and Y axis. You can it's a vise, and you clamp it to your bedways. Some all thread, and you attach your chuck to that, and then you put a 60 degree cutter in your spindle, and just go to Mike Peace. He demonstrates one, and then I got the idea on doing the one I have from Terry Reynolds. He had demonstrated one in our club, and then I tried to copy his. Mine is still kind of the threads are on the nuts in the vise are loose, and so they does when I crank it, it doesn't. It kind of wobbles some, and the threads, my threads, they ended up being it'd be hard to see, but they're deeper on one end and flatter on the other side.
But they work.
But they work, and I left it everything on the outside. I left it oversized, and then when I screwed it together, and then I turned everything. And but basically, the finish I used that matte abrasive finish for the polish, and then the finish, the wax finish. But it was almost this shiny before you even put a wax on it.
Right.
The Coca-Cola shines up so easily. So, and this one had a lot of grain, nice grain to it, and it really looks nice when you first cut it. It has that purple in it, but then it changes colors real quick.
Right. Yeah, you can still see the orange in it.
Yes.
Yep.
There's a lot of orange and the brown. I really like. Yeah, this is one of my favorite woods.
Yeah, for sure.
And this one's about 3-inch diameter. It's 3-inch diameter here, and it's about 4 or 5 inches tall. So.
Yeah.
Well done, Glenn.
Thanks.
Looks great.
And then I have a question on the finial that Howard King had turned. Like, what shape would you recommend the finial for that goblet or the hollow form that he did. What shape a finial?
If I was to
So I would,
suggest something, if I would suggest something a little more with fewer, less busy, uh, like Dane was saying earlier, to match the pedestal, the bottom bit.
right.
Yeah, it's a little too busy, and maybe a little more delicate. I don't know, but I mean, I like the piece as it is, but perhaps the finial could use some adjusting. So he's got a little too many rings and stuff on it. Maybe it's not quite matching the base of it. You know what I mean?
Yes. So
Go ahead. Good.
But that finial, yeah, that's a really nice finial. That
Oh
you
yeah.
can
Oh,
say,
100%. It's a great finial.
yeah, he
Yeah.
can save that for another box.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. But yeah, like what Matt was saying, I would match I would play off the details of the pedestal coming up into into the into the finial, and that's where I would be at on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Top to bottom. That way, it can, I call it completing the story. From the bottom to the top, everything is nice. Everything
Symmetrical.
is.
yeah, and you don't
Thank
you
you,
don't want
Scott.
them too different. You want the same sort of complexity you've got on the bottom as you do on the top. You don't want one too busy and one too not busy, if
Because
you
you
know what I
want the
mean.
eye to go to the whole piece, not necessarily on one spot. I noticed in the chat, everybody was focused on the bowl, but there's more to that turning than just the bowl itself. You got a beautiful pedestal, you got a beautiful finial, and it's and at the same time, again, we got a no butt guarantee, but I was just agreeing with Howard that I agree with him. He said that he didn't think the finial worked, and I agreed with him, and we just went from there. So
Yeah, I mean, I know that when I started making finials, I had this, I got as busy as I could because it was fun making extra bits, you know what I mean? And then you start looking at them, it's like, boy, that doesn't quite work. So I think it's the same sort of feel that you were talking about there, Dane.
yeah, yeah, right. All right, well, cool. Top of the hour. Wow, what an evening we had tonight. A whole lot of great gallery items everybody showed. Everybody, it's still on. If you haven't sent in photos of your work piece to the editor at worldwidewoodturners.org, let's get those pics in the newsletter so we can inspire, hundreds and thousands of other people, because everybody is sharing this newsletter everywhere. Um, we had a great demo tonight by Doug. Doug, once again, thank you very much for that demo. Um, I know there's going to be some people making some shamrocks and playing off the heart shape. And, I'm sure we're going to be seeing those in the coming weeks. We still got club patches for sale. Put the links in the chat. Also, don't forget to save chat. Go into your chat. Go up to the three little dots at the top of your chat screen. Click on it, and at the very top of the menu it says Save Chat, and you'll be able to save all the chat from the evening. There's a lot of good information that was saved in there. We got level up registration going on, and head over to the webpage, level up, sign up. Look forward to seeing everybody. Here in September. It's going to be a good time. Over 20 coaches. I think we got 24 coaches that's going to be teaching y'all some fantastic projects. You look on the registration page, you can see what the projects are. We're in the process of working on getting the photos put up, for the links, so that way you can click on the link and see a photo of what the project is. But for the most part, if you've been here since the last couple of years, you've seen all the projects already done in one form or another. But it's going to be a hell of a time. So with that, we're going to leave this as our where's the demarcation point? Captain Eddie says hi to everybody. He's looking forward to getting back. He's doing what's needed to get where he needs to be at, and he's watching us on the rerun. He's watching us on Facebook, and he sends his love to everybody. So with that, this will be the demarcation point. So I will keep the meeting open for the after hours. So for those of you want to booger out, we'll see you next week. Sure getting excited about a little fire. And it's with that, we're in the after hours now.